Hello, happy Inauguration Day. Welcome to the third installment of Poems That Changed Me. I am very excited to be reading this poem today on this day of change, of promise, of hope. It's a wonderful day for poetry, and it's a wonderful day to be reading Langston Hughes, one of America's greatest poets. I'm going to read a poem called Let America Be America Again. It's a poem many of you probably know, but if not, a couple of quick words about it. It was written in 1935 and wasn't published until 1936. And Hughes actually didn't love this poem at the time. He didn't include it in some later collections or anthologies. People in the poetry world knew it, but it kind of was under the radar until the 90s when it experienced a much deserved rebirth. One of the things I've always admired about this poem is Hughes's desire for inclusivity. He really does try to speak for and with and to all of America. And if you heard Amanda Gorman's lovely inaugural poem today, you probably heard some echoes of Hughes. Certainly some of his cadences, and when she's invoking the cardinal directions, it really reminded me of Hughes's invocation of various ethnicities in this poem as well as various professions. The opening line of the poem and the title, Let America Be America Again, seems particularly apt for this day when I think many of us are hoping that this new administration will finally let America be America again. Ironically, the final line of the poem ends on the line, and make America. And there are two really interesting notions about that. One, of course, is that it's one word away from the previous president's motto for America. But two, this notion of making America. America doesn't just happen, it has to be made. And it is not made without some difficulty. And that difficulty is something that Hughes gets at in this poem. Let America be America again. Langston Hughes. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great, strong land of love where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old, stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the young man, full of strength and hope, tangled in an ancient, endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. I am the farmer, bondsman to the soil. I am the worker, sold to the machine. I am the Negro, servant to you all. I am the people, humble, hungry, mean, hungry. Yet today, despite the dream, beaten, yet today, oh pioneers, I am the man who never got ahead, the poorest worker bartered through the years. Yet I'm the one who dreamt our basic dream in the old world, while still a serf of kings who dreamt a dream so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings in every brick and stone, in every furrow turned, that's made America the land it has become. Oh, I'm the man who sailed those early seas in search of what I meant to be my home, for I'm the one who left dark Ireland's shore, and Poland's plain, and England's grassy lea, and torn from black Africa's strand, I came to build a homeland of the free. The free? Who said the free? Not me. Surely not me. The millions on relief today, the millions shot down when we strike, the millions who have nothing for our pay, for all the dreams we've dreamed and all the songs we've sung and all the hopes we've held and all the flags we've hung, the millions who have nothing for our pay except the dream that's almost dead today. Oh, let America be America again, the land that never has been yet, and yet must be the land where every man is free. The land that's mine, the poor man's, Indian, Negroes, me, who made America, whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow in the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again. Sure, call me any ugly name you choose. The steel of freedom does not stain. For those who live like leeches on the people's lives, we must take back our land again. America. Oh yes, I say it plain. America never was America to me. And yet, I swear this oath, America will be. Out of the rack and ruin of our gangster death, the rape and rot of graft and stealth and lies, we the people must redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers, the mountains, and the endless plain, all the stretches of these great green states, and make America again. It's such a great poem. So this poem changed how I think about many things. I'll get to that in a little bit, but I just want to focus on that part at the end where he asks us to redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers. His ecological vision seems eerily prescient. It's like he knew environmental disaster was looming. And at the end of his poem, For America's Greatness, he calls for environmental justice, environmental awareness. We do, in fact, have to redeem the plants, the land, the trees, the rivers. One thing that this poem changed for me was how a poet can hold contradiction in his head. Formally, if you look at the poem on the page, the poem is punctuated by phrases in parenthesis, and it is as though Hughes is waging an internal war of ideas. There are two Americas in this poem: the America of the American myth, the American dream, that is about freedom, they're in quotes in the poem, that are about equality, and then there is the America that is much darker, much more realistic, much more brutal, that is founded on racism, that's founded on structural racism, that's founded on the marginalization of the poor, of the disenfranchised. And Hughes's two Americas and Hughes's two Hugheses, the two Langston Hugheses, the one that wants to believe in the hope of America and the one that is not at all swayed by America's public relations rhetoric, are battling it out for the soul of America. He seems to be playing on this notion of dream as falsity, a falsehood, and dream as promise. The other thing that I want to say really quickly is how reading this poem makes me find Walt Whitman a little bit less interesting. If you don't read this poem through the lens of Whitman, but rather flip it and read Whitman through the lens of Langston Hughes, Whitman loses a little bit of the edge. Hughes's edge, his clarity about America, gives this poem its real greatness. It's a poem that I love. It's a poem that has changed how I think about a lot of things. And on this day of change, it seems especially apt. I hope that it presages a number of changes ahead.